Good morning. This is Dr. Timothy Scott Beck here at Life Point Medical, and it is December the 10th, 2020, and we're winding down 2020. And I'm going to go ahead and start praying right now, as I have in the last 6 months, that 2021 will be better than 2020. So if you will join me with that, I believe we all need to do that together. And hopefully we can ring in the new year. I saw a post the other day said, "I bet you'll eat your black-eyed peas this year." I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have that on New Year's Day." Let's talk about COVID. COVID-19. It looks like we're in a critical spike type situation here in the community, and it's hard to tell exactly what that's from. Some people have asked me, is it because of tourism? And the answer is we're kind of past all the tourist stuff, the leaf lookers and the Labor Day lake people and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly what this spike is. And I know we've got a lot more people who are living in our community as a result of changes that were made at their office. So they were able to work remotely and stuff like that. I don't really know. Okay, so yesterday we had 679 cases attributed to Raven County. Today we have 771. So that's the biggest one-day jump I've ever seen since we've been doing this. So that reminds me of what needs to happen. Okay, businesses need to do like we're doing and monitor who they let into their business somehow so that they don't, so we can keep people away. Now, let's get real here. If you're having upper respiratory infection symptoms, okay, and it doesn't matter whether you've got confirmed COVID or not, you've got to sequester yourself and you got to stay out of the way. We got to do something to try to get a grip on what's going on in the community, okay? And I don't like all the isolation and stuff we've been doing, okay? But right now, looks like it's a critical time for us to implement all that stuff. So we got social distancing, we've got wearing our mask, we've got using that hand sanitizer, okay? And the main thing, and again, this is the thing that's obvious and easy and should be done. If you are symptomatic, you've got to stay out of the public. For instance, a couple of weeks ago, I wasn't symptomatic, but I was concerned that I was getting symptomatic. Okay, so I shut the business down to any patients. Okay, I didn't have it, I don't have it. Okay, but I couldn't tell what was happening with me or anybody else, so I played it safe and I shut the business down, at least from the face to face, and opened it back up when I felt like we were in a more secure position. But even then, I've still got staff members that are not here at work because they have symptoms. I don't think they've got COVID, but I'm like, if you've got any kind of upper respiratory symptom, you can't come to work. So we're having to take a beating because of it. But please listen, if you are having symptoms, you've got to mediate. You're exposing other people so that we don't keep spreading this virus through the community, if we can stop it at all. Okay, but I do think we should mediate it, or you should mediate your exposure if you've got upper respiratory symptoms, just out of respect for everybody. Okay, so just keep that in mind, and let's all work together here at Life Point Medical. If you think you've got symptoms, you think you've got COVID, we have a way to help you. We can talk to you through telemedicine. We can communicate with you about how it's going and make sure that you know if it's time to go to the emergency room or not and stuff like that. And we haven't sent a lot of people to the emergency room with it. 90% of the people that we do get with positive COVID, we just monitor them through telephone and video and make sure they're okay, and just make sure they know the perimeters, they have the equipment they need to look and say when they're getting in trouble. Next thing, and with that being said, the drive-through is working too, and that's one way we can kind of do some stuff for you during this pandemic, and that's have that drive-through. So if you've got stuff that, if we decide on telemedicine that you need to be tested, we'll do it through the drive-through, so you don't have to expose us, and we can go out there in a responsible manner and get the test we need. We even draw blood from the car if we need to, just to help you and to help isolate ourselves from that. Yesterday I brought up bringing the meds. And I did have a few people who called here angry because I said that. And but at the same time, about 4 times yesterday, we did not know what the patient was on medication wise. The patient didn't know what they were on medication wise, and we caught two medication errors that if the patient brought their meds, it wouldn't have been near as hard to detect them having a medication error or having a cross reactivity. And I was a little, I mean, the person who called here was adamant that they're never going to bring their meds or something along that line. And I'm like, but listen, it's a safety issue, okay? And it's not subtle. Medications are dangerous. It took me years to get to a point where I could prescribe them, okay, because they are dangerous and they interact with each other and can be so complicated at sometimes. Plus, my job specifically, one of my jobs, or one of the things that I take responsibility for, is looking at all your meds from all your doctors and trying to figure out whether it's appropriate and make sure there's no cross reactivity. So don't get mad at us for that. That's a safety issue. It's easy. It's simple. If a medication error is made because we didn't have that information, that's that's avoidable event. That shouldn't have happened, and that's the way I see it. Okay, and your safety is a big part of my daily operations. So please bear with us and understand that we just care, and we're going to do our best for you. And part of that is you bringing your meds in so we can see exactly what you're on. All right, this is Dr. Timothy Scott Beck. You have a wonderful day. You call us if you need us so we can help you get your issues addressed and get you taken care of. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.